Hello and welcome to SNES Classics. In this installment, the game is Joe and Mac, released by Data East in 1991. Joe and Mac was a port to the Super Nintendo of the arcade game Caveman Ninja. And the Super Nintendo version is more or less the same game, just with fewer frames in the sprites and, a few other minor changes from the arcade cabinet. Otherwise, this is a pretty faithful port of the arcade game, and some interesting things that were added was this new map screen that was much more in line, like with Super Mario Bros. 3, than what was seen in the arcade machine. For the overworld theme, the music is just excellent. I love the theme here. Nothing says classic Super Nintendo like the music in this game. So, it's a 2D platformer. Crap. I did that wrong. Oh, it's not there anymore. Frick. Never mind. Alright, moving on. As I said, it's a 2D platformer. That takes place in, like, caveman times. Almost universally, your enemies are Neanderthals and dinosaurs. It makes an entertaining, different game than what you might be expecting from most typical platformers. The game can be played 2 players simultaneous, and if you fall, you die. But I got a new power-up. Joe and Mac was also ported to the NES and the Amiga, I believe. And those versions sort of pale in comparison to this version. Obviously, as you might expect from, the system specs alone. Like most classic bosses, you can tell the boss is taking damage as it changes color from normal color to red. And your prize for defeating a terrible monster? Yep. These things here are checkpoints. You move to one, and then if you die, or if you get a game over, you'll start from that stage again. Frick. Let's move on. You gotta be careful here. So I just got a game over. So, like I said, I start from that statue, and I don't have to do the first stage over again. But I do lose my power-up. but that's alright because it's right there. Hopefully I can get something better this time. That's the same one. Just like the arcade original, the game only uses two buttons, the Y and B buttons. The A and X buttons are just duplicates of the same functions. The bone is actually a downgrade from the fire, but that's alright. I really didn't want the fire. But there's the boomerang! Boomerang's awesome. Because you can fire multiple boomerangs all at once. By pressing up and B, or up and jump, you can do a super jump. Alright. Joe and Mac could give Captain Kirk a run for his money. As Joe and Mac is a direct port of an arcade game, the arcade game mentality of, you know, take the quarters from the little kiddies is well in play here. This game is more difficult than it's for its own good, you know, this is a game where I think that the difficulty would have been more balanced if, you know, this was a game meant for consoles to begin with and not just meant for arcade machines. This is like the worst parent ever. Japan. Even in caveman time, women had color in their hair to dye their hair crazy anime colors. Well, that's basically just a quick look at this game. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. If you have any specific Super Nintendo games you'd like me to cover in the future, feel free to let me know which ones, and I'll see you next time. Yeah.